So, how do you bake the ultimate chocolate cake? Now, I think I know the answer, but it's probably a good idea if you watch to the end of the video and make your own mind up, because I might be wrong. This cake is chocolatey, it's moist, even though the word moist sounds horrible, but I kind of like it. It means it's gooey and yummy and delicious. And most of all, like best of all, it is really, really easy to make. It won't take you long. Get it in the oven, bish bash bosh, you've got the most glorious chocolate cake. And there is a secret ingredient, ground almonds. Well, it's not really that secret anymore, but yeah, if you want to check out this recipe, like not just in video format, but in written format, then I'll put a link down below to the full written recipe so that you can follow along and bake it at home as well. But yeah, without further ado, let's get baking. Okay, so here is everything that I'm gonna need for my chocolate and almond loaf cake. So firstly, I'm gonna need some butter and some caster sugar. I'm gonna need some milk. I'm gonna need some ground almonds, and I use the Crazy Jack organic ground almonds. I'm gonna need some cocoa powder. I'm gonna need some gluten-free self-raising flour, some chocolate chips, eggs, some gluten-free baking powder, and some xanthan gum. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to cream my butter and my sugar together. So I've got softened butter here, making a right mess of my hands, and some caster sugar. I'm gonna pour that together, and I'm just gonna blend that. I'm creaming this until it's sort of all combined and nice and fluffy, which I always find takes around 2 minutes or so. Okay, so now it's really simple. I'm just gonna add every other ingredient except the chocolate chips. So what should I start with? Let's put in my gluten-free self-raising flour. Then I'll put in my ground almonds. Then I'm gonna put in about half a teaspoon of baking powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum. Then I'll add my 3 eggs. Then I'm gonna add my cocoa powder, which has been sifted, because if you don't sift cocoa powder, then it gets really, really lumpy. Doesn't really matter. And then I'm just gonna add my milk. And then I'll just mix this all together until it's pretty much combined. I'll get all the chocolate mixture off, or else it's such a waste. And then just gonna add in my chocolate chips, which you can use any chocolate chips. I've got some dark ones today. Milk would be fine as well. And then you just wanna fold them in really carefully so that you don't lose any of the sort of airiness or whatever, I guess it is. So just fold it in like a figure of 8. And then you're ready to put it into its tin. Okay, then all we need to do is just spoon it into the tin. As you can see, I hold my baking paper in place with pegs. These are Crazy Jack pegs, actually. But yeah, it's just so that the baking paper doesn't like fly away or curl over or anything. But yeah, just spoon it in. Most people probably just like pour it all in, but I'm a bit cack-handed, so I spoon it in. Takes a bit of time, but it works perfectly. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this in the oven, and I will see you when the cake is done. Once cooled, you can optionally top with a smooth, velvety chocolate icing that I make with 4 simple ingredients. The recipe for that is in the description. Lastly, I like to top the cake with a few flaked almonds for a little extra crunch in every bite. Now all that's left to do is enjoy. Right, so if you enjoyed this video, then click over here to watch some of my What's for Dinner videos, and click over here to watch some of my grocery hauls. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!